Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Nur Zafira binti Muhammad Zaidi. My metric number is CP180009. I will present to you about the introduction of this project. MMC Gamuda Berhad is a joint venture between two Malaysia's largest company, MMC Corporation Berhad and Gamuda Berhad. These two companies has done and lead a large project. First is Stormwater Management and Road Tunnel, Smart Tunnel in 2007. Second is Electrical Double Track Project, EDTP, and Klang Valley Mass Rapid Transit KVMRT Project. In 2020, coronavirus hit Malaysia. 18 March 2020, Malaysia government has imposed a 14-day Restriction Movement Order, MCO. The Movement Control Order, MCO, is imposed under the Prevention and Control of Infectious Disease Act 1988 and as the Police Act 1967. Many activity has to stop, includes construction sector. Besides, school and university has to stop immediately to stop the coronavirus networks, and also we are also not allowed doing celebrations or any gatherings, entertainment or leisure, and all the private sector and government's premise will ease everything. But MMC Gamuda has their own strategy and plans to still work, to still doing their jobs, to still operating their constructions during MCO. MMC Gamuda was one of the earliest construction companies allowed to resume work during MCO. This report was conducted by my group to know how MMC Gamuda facing coronavirus and what is their steps and their prevention steps to stop the network of coronavirus among their workers at the workplace. So thank you. That's all from me. Assalamualaikum.
Hi, my name is Javarina and I will be presenting our problem statement and objective. COVID-19 has affected industries globally, especially the construction industry. It is transmittable by human bodily fluid, such as through coughing and sneezing. On 15 November of 2020, 460 reported cases from a construction company in Kuala Lumpur alone. Construction workers are more susceptible to the virus because they had to work without the privilege to properly socially distancing themselves. Most of the infected construction workers are foreigners that are sharing living spaces with each other. Our objective for this assignment is to acknowledge the SOP in workplace during COVID-19, to know how the construction company implement occupational safety and health in the industry, to recognize the regulations of occupational safety and health, and to explore the possibilities for the need of training or specialized training for safety and health in the company. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is NABILA binti ABDULLAH. My metric number is AP180464. Alright, today I would like to present to you about the SOP during the pandemic of COVID-19. Alright, this pandemic brought trouble and chaos around the world. Gamuda adhered to all regulations and guidelines issued by the Malaysia government in response to the COVID-19 outbreak to safeguard our employees and community from the disease. A special command was set up to handle the pandemic, which consists of the COVID-19 steering committee. Gamuda established a process related to testing and contact trace to ensure that early detection of COVID-19 can be done prevent. Okay, we go through to what the activities are allowed during the pandemic of COVID-19. The activity of construction works like construction, extension, installation, repair, maintenance, renewal, removal, renovation, alteration, dismantling, and demolitions. Okay, what is submission of information to CIDB? Purpose of operation during MCO Phase 4. Company must submit information relating to their ongoing construction project to the CIDB. Companies should be prepared and ensure that documents relating to their ongoing construction project are available at the construction site or premises for inspection by relevant authorities. Okay, what is the operation hour and workforce capacity during the pandemic of COVID-19? No stipulated number of operation hours for the construction industry. Operation may be conducted on a 24-hour basis from pursuant to the construction SOP. And the last one is attendance to client can take place only between 8 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. Alright, what is it the protocol for operations? The management of the workforce, the vehicles used for transport workers and the movement of workers. Third, the transportation of construction material and supplies. 4. Provide information to employees on COVID-19 preventive measure. Number 6, the appointment of conduct coordinator to supervise. Number 4, establish an emergency response protocol. Number 8, implementation of COVID-19 preventive measure at the entrance of construction site or premises. Okay. Alright, the last one is the compliance with law and other standard operation procedure. First, relevant laws, in particular the CIDB Act and the Prevention and the Control of Infectious Disease Act 1988. Second is regulation issued by local authorities, and the last one is other SOP issued by CIDB, the Malaysia National Security Council, the Ministry of Health, and other relevant Ministry of Government agency. Alright, thank you. Bye.
Okay, my name is Frederick, matrix number 180243. I will present about how Gamuda practice OSHA in the industry. So the first one is the Gamuda Safety and Health Management System, which is the OSHA's 18001 2007 Occupational Health and Safety, and MS 1722 2011. So basically this is a proactive approach and emphasize on stronger management commitment, worker involvement, and risk control. Next is the Gamuda Safety, Health and Environment Commit. So the commit team carries out regular site visits to guide their workers in implementing the group's best practices and minimizing harm at the workplace. So that is it. So the third one is the Gamuda Training and Awareness. Gamuda regularly engage and educate their employees and contractors in building a strong preventive culture that integrates safety, health, and well-being at work. And also the Gamuda contractors also have an obligation to provide adequate training to their workers and subcontractors. So the fourth one is Gamuda Contractor Safety and Health Performance. Gamuda Safety and Health Management System includes managing contractors' safety and health performance. Contractors will be assessed based on past safety and health performance. So means the contractors will get award if their safety feature is excellent. Okay, this is how Gamuda practice OSHA in the industry after COVID-19 outbreak. So Gamuda has an in-house COVID-19 task force that establishes policies to guide the workforce and cascade the directive to all business units Gamuda Crisis Management Plan was set in motion not only to meet government requirements but also to maintain business resilience in the long run. So they basically are doing baseline polymerase chain reaction (PCR). This is a test on their workforce across all levels, even management directors. The PCR test was then followed by the introduction of scheduled rapid antibody finger prick RTK test every 10 days. So this is on the construction site. In the construction site, they are doing screening at points every entry, and they take temperatures, and at the end of the day, the Gamuda conduct health screening on all workers at the end of the day. Second is the handling deliveries. In terms of machinery or construction vehicle, the operator must do health screening and record personal details whenever they are using the machines. And the material delivery, the delivery person must be minimized as much as possible and keep a record of contracts and items delivered. That one is the environmental cleanliness. So they must have the sanitizers and PPE stations. They must put signage and poster about COVID-19. Thirdly, they must cleaning and disinfect the surfaces on most used place. And waste management, the Gamuda must provide no-touch closed-lid bins to prevent virus from spreading on all bins. D, the workspace and facilities. So the work zones. Based on the program, work zone is marked for the different kinds of work. So they must limit the number of workers in every zone. Site office, physical site meetings with internal and external parties to be held only if necessary. Only work when necessary. So E, social practice, physical distancing. Everyone on site needs to stay at least 1 to 2 meters from each other, like always, and they must wear respiratory etiquette like masks. Contingency plan, Gamuda have to limit or reduce working capacity for a few months post MCO, and a contingency plan is prepared for the human resource. Gamuda Human Resource has to consider rotating worker schedule to avoid overcrowding the site and identify all vulnerable workers based on medical records, plus take extra precaution by grouping them together for specific tasks or allocate separate work zone for vulnerable workers. Okay, thank you very much.
Hi, my name is HILMI bin SHAHRON, and I will be presenting about training. Gamuda engage and educate employee and contractor in creating a strong protective culture that incorporates protection, wellness, and well-being at work. The scheduled training are conducted to ensure all parties are equipped with relevant and updated information to meet safety and health requirements. This training includes safety, health, and environmental (SHE) induction programs. It is to ensure relevant parties including clients, subcontractor, and supplier have a clear understanding of their roles and responsibility in upholding safety and health standards. Besides, it is mandatory to participate in the training and fulfill necessary requirements to manage safety and health issues before entering a project site. Contractors also have an obligation to provide adequate training to their workers and subcontractors. Safety Scheme by Gamuda. Gamuda also had come up with their own safety scheme, which is GCSP, or Gamuda Construction Safety and Health Passport, PDP, Project Delivery Partners, SHE Passport, and CSCS, Construction Skills Certification Scheme. The table above shows the number of employees and workers that had completed the training. GCSP had about 935 workers and employees. PDP's SHE passport have about 25,848 workers and employees. And lastly, CSCS have about 2,832 workers and employees.
Hi, my name is ALIAH binti ROSLI. My matric card number is CP190093. So in this video, I will continue present about the challenge, the advantages, and how the SOP of COVID-19 will be implemented in the construction industry. So for the challenge, tourism will complicate the extension of time that will affect to the cost project. The employer will be liable, including to bear the cost of his worker contracted with the virus. The supply chain's disruption may not be re-established in the short term, such as material, equipment, import items that will cause EOT to the project delivery. And the advantages, the employer must follow all the SOP to decrease the cluster of COVID-19. With prevention method, the country will be able to prevent the new wave of COVID-19 infection. Employer need to conduct risk assessment and improve work produce to ensure that the risk exposed to the virus can be reduced. So how the SOP being implemented in the construction industry? To keep the workforce safe, they need to submit the information related to the worker. The contractor shall reduce the number of employees to by minimum 50%. The construction company need to prepare and ensure the document related to the project. Next, for the attendance, they need to take place only between 8 AM to 5:30 PM only. No overtime allowed. Not only for the worker, but admin staff also need to work as a remotely for the worker who are possible case of COVID-19 like fever, tiredness, are not allowed to come to work. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, and my name is Muhammad Afiq bin ZAINUDIN, and my matric number is AP180278. So today I'm going to present about conclusion for all of this group assignment that my group choose the company that is MMC Gamuda. So in conclusion, although various efforts have been introduced and offered by Department of Occupational Safety and Health, that is DOSH, and National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, that is NIOSH, in ensuring continued compliance with the law against the COVID-19 outbreak. Companies cannot really rely solely on DOSH to enforce the law, and NIOSH to provide a standard operating procedure, training, consulting, and information services. So both employers and employees are reminded to comply with the 1994 Occupational Safety and Health Act, OSHA, and take control steps to prevent COVID-19 infection from spreading. And NIOSH believes in the prevention of safe and healthy workplace for employees to increase productivity for the company and ultimately help reduce the number of industrial accidents and COVID-19 infections that are spreading in Malaysia. Then, comfortable work environment will have a positive impact on productivity, cost, security, company interest, and will establish a good relationship between employers and employees. MMC Gamuda can be used as an example as the best company in preventing the outbreak of COVID-19, because MMC Gamuda is the one of the earliest company that has been given permit for to continue working while during MCO, there is movement control order, because they compliance with the proper SOP.